Sound the alarm, call up the cavalry, hand out the ammunition. Another revolution is brewing. A revolt within the Republican Party against Donald Trump. It seems like the Republican Party, the quote political establishment, and certainly the media establishment have been in denial for months about the fact that Donald Trump continues to lead this race. But now, 2 months to go until Iowa and New Hampshire, everybody seems to be waking up. So now the media are filled with stories about how the Republican establishment, there isn't much of an establishment anymore, not in the age of super PACs. Everybody goes out and raises their own money. That's why we've got 29 candidates running. The Republican establishment is going to somehow come together and stop Trump. Well, good luck with that. He's up more points, about 3 points in the latest Quinnipiac poll, 27%, with Rubio in second place at 17%. And it seems like I keep reading this story again and again. The New York Times yesterday had a big piece saying irritation is giving way to panic as it becomes increasingly plausible that Mr. Trump could be the party's standard bearer and imperil the careers of other Republicans. That's part of what's driving this fear within the Republican establishment that Donald Trump is the nominee, that some of the Senate candidates and even some House candidates could be hurt because they think Trump would be a general election disaster. Now, where have I seen this before? Let me go into the Wayback Machine. November 12th, the Washington Post. Less than 3 months before the kickoff Iowa caucuses, there is growing anxiety, bordering on panic, among Republican elites about the dominance and durability of Donald Trump and Ben Carson, and widespread bewilderment over how to defeat them. Well, Carson has faded a bit since that Washington Post story, questions mounting about his foreign policy knowledge and experience, but Trump not fading at all. Well, here's why this whole thing is doomed to failure. I mean, Donald Trump may not win this nomination. He may implode based on his own mistakes, but he's not going to be stopped by some donors and establishment types mounting a campaign against him, which would only backfire and make Donald Trump's fans like him even more, because after all, he's the one who's taking on the establishment, and that includes the media establishment, who he takes on Twitter about every other hour, I would say. And also this notion that if this anti-Trump group or organization or alliance spent a lot of money on the airwaves, Trump could be badly wounded. So some figures came out the other day showing Jeb Bush spent about $30 million on advertising, Marco Rubio about $10 million, and John Kasich around $10 million. I think Rubio a little less than that. And even though Kasich and his super PAC, I should say, airing some anti-Trump ads, it's not hurting Trump at all. It's not helping Kasich much. And Jeb's airwaves attack hasn't helped him at all in the polls. I just think this is a year when advertising, partially because there's so many candidates and partially because there's so much noise and so many PACs and so much online, isn't moving the needle the way it used to. So, can the Republican Party stop Donald Trump? Well, not with this kind of pipsqueak effort. And can the media stop Donald Trump? Well, the more we attack him, the stronger he seems to be. And will the media stop writing about Republican efforts to stop Donald Trump? No, because it's a juicy storyline, even though the more savvy political reporters understand that this is not going to work. If anybody's going to stop Trump, it's going to have to be Trump himself.